All right, so the guys that won't practice today are Connor, Humphreys, and Chris Jones. I'll make an improvement, but again, quick turnaround here, so we'll just keep evaluating them throughout here. Look forward to the challenge of playing Pittsburgh, good football team. Mike does a heck of a job there with his group, and he's got good coaches, good coordinators, and good players. So that's why they're doing well this year. And so again, our guys have had a good day yesterday, and we'll finish it up today with the second practice. So with that, time's yours.
Andy, you're used to these short turnarounds, but what was unique about the Saturday turnaround and going back and immediately studying film for Pittsburgh to get these guys ready for a short turnaround?
Yeah, I mean that's part of what you've got to do. The coaches did a good job of spending some time before our game on Saturday, looking at them. So we had a little bit of a jump start, but we did come back here and take a peek at them. So.
What are some characteristics of Mike Tomlin's teams? You guys don't play him all the time, but you've seen enough of him.
Yeah, I used to play him every year at least when I was in Philadelphia. His teams are tough. They're well coached, and you know they're going to play hard every snap. They're going to give you an honest down every snap. So you got to come in ready to go.
Andy, when you say you took a peek at him, did you come right here after the game
I did.
Saturday?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Stayed a good while, I take it?
I've stayed a while.
Andy, how did Pat come through the game, ankle-wise?
Yeah, he did good. Yeah, it's sore, but he did well. Pretty tough kid, man. That was an amazing thing he did. So.
Do you expect the starting lineup for the offensive line to remain the way it's been over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm gonna just see how we finish up today, and then Nate just take it day by day here. We've got a couple days, and we'll see how it all rolls.
And it's the third straight team that you faced that puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback statistically. How do you think they held up against Houston? What's just the difficulty of this specific defensive line this week?
Yeah, well, I'd tell you, similar as the other groups. I mean, they do a nice job of rushing the passer, all of them. So it's not just the outside guys; it's those inside guys too. And so the offensive line's got another big challenge. I thought they fared up pretty good last week. Did a nice job for the most part. Have to do it again. But that's all part of this. They know that. They take that responsibility seriously and prepare themselves the right way.
How did you feel that Hollywood Brown did in your second look?
Hey, I thought he did a pretty good job. He didn't have a ton of snaps. We'll keep increasing that as we go. But I thought for the snaps he had, I thought he played pretty good football. Most of all, he got to take a hit. That's always when you have that upper body injury, just getting that first hit is a big thing.
Hey, Andy, Mike Tomlin said this week that Travis doesn't get enough credit for his unselfishness. I know a play like P. Ryan's maybe down the sideline, he helps free up. I guess, what do you think about the role that Travis has played this year and maybe some of the unselfish things that he does?
Yeah, no, he does a great job with all that. Good team leader. That's why he's been voted a captain the last every years during the playoffs. So Mike's right on that. He'll sacrifice for the cause, as they'd say. And I'm not telling you he doesn't like to play and catch and do all that stuff. He loves that. But at the same time, he's willing to help out everywhere.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, good.
Fire away.
Patrick, how do you feel now after coming through physically? You felt pretty good after the game, but how's it now?
Yeah, no, I feel good. I mean, obviously, we haven't done a ton as far as getting out there on the practice field. We've done some walkthrough, actually 2 walkthroughs now, and I feel like I can move around and do what I need to do. And now we'll get to a little bit faster paced practice and see where I'm truly at. But I thought all in all, I came out pretty well.
Do you feel like you'll be in a better place for this game than maybe you were for the Houston game, or is this just something you're going to deal with until the season's over?
I think I'll be in a better place ankle-wise. I mean, obviously the body's going to be sore just with the short week and everything like that. But I think the ankle should be in a better place. I mean, obviously we'll see at practice today. But as far as how I felt after this game compared to the one before, I'm definitely in a lot better place.
Patrick, over the years, just a preparation for these short turnaround games, how's this been for you and just getting everybody in tune? Do you do a little pre-preparation even before the previous game against Houston, like Andy was coming over here to the facility right after? You know, how do you guys prepare for that?
No, I didn't do any of the preparation before. You have to focus on those teams that you're playing. I mean, Houston's a great football team, and we needed all hands on deck for that. But right after I left the building, I was already getting pictures and videos sent to me from the coaches, and I got to open some presents with my family. And then right when they went home, I was already on to Pittsburgh, and this is a great defense. And so for us, we're going to have to play our best football to beat this team, and it's going to take everybody's best. So I'll try to get as much information as I can in before we get on that plane.
You already handled Christmas early with the shopping and the presents and everything.
Yeah, Santa hasn't came yet, but as far as my family, we traded gifts, and my kids. Brittany's a champ because I'm not there to help build the toys all my family got, and the kids have opened up every single one of them.
How do players handle that? Because you've done it now a few times with playing on Christmas Day. I mean, how do you get in the mental mindset of, not being there with family on an exciting day and knowing that in this case you got to go on the road on Christmas Day?
I think with just being the short week and how this has kind of worked out, you don't even realize how close you are to Christmas, other than when you go home and there's presents under the tree. So I think we're really just all hands on deck, super focused on Pittsburgh and understanding how great of a challenge it's going to be, and then get on the flight and fly in there so it'll feel like a regular game. And hopefully we go out there and get a win, and you can come home, have a few extra days to celebrate Christmas with the family, if that's going home or in Kansas City.
Coach Nagy has kind of said that Xavier Worthy is really hitting his stride. What does it mean from a quarterback's perspective when you get that while getting Hollywood Brown back at the same time?
Yeah, I think you're starting to see kind of what this offense was meant to be. Obviously, we don't have Reid out there, but having some other guys we've added to try to fill that role as best as we can. You can see where we thought we were going to be at the beginning of the year, and obviously we have to ramp it up fast against some really good teams. But I thought it was a great start having Hollywood out there for a limited number of snaps and him making an impact on the game, and Xavier and everybody. And so that was a good defense we went up against. It'll be another challenge this week. Can we build on that and build some momentum into the playoffs?
Was there a particular excitement to play on Christmas Day to find out that you guys were playing on Christmas Day this year?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely exciting until I realized it was on Wednesday. But no, I mean, I think it is really cool playing the first Netflix game, playing on Christmas Day in front of the whole nation. I mean, it's an honor, and so we'll go out there trying to do what we can to not have the same experience we had last Christmas. But like I said, it's a great football team, and it'll be a great challenge for us.
Did last year factor into the excitement of getting another chance to play on Christmas?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was not just a loss. That was a pretty embarrassing loss, and everybody was watching because it's Christmas Day, and so obviously it sparked us to win the Super Bowl, so it ended up working out. But you want to make sure that you go out there and put up a better performance for everybody to see.
Patrick, it's only to lock up the 1 seed. You guys talk about that all, knowing now that it can happen on Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you talk about it, but everybody knows. I mean, it's you want to get that 1 seed to get that bye, so that you're basically winning a playoff game by getting the 1 seed. And so you get that, and you'll have home field advantage as well at Arrowhead, which we feel like is a huge advantage for us. And you can't put all your attention to it. All you can do is go out there and play football and know that we're going to play a great football team, and it's going to take our best football to win.
We're going to go last to Blair and Todd.
Patrick, it's only your second regular season trip to Pittsburgh. I want to know what you remember about your first one.
I mean, it's a great environment. I think that's the best thing about it. It's one of those true football stadiums, just kind of like Arrowhead, where you know the history of everybody that's played in this stadium and the history of this franchise. And it's pretty cool. It's right on the river, everything like that, and so it's gonna be rowdy. The fans will be out there. It'll be a great challenge for us, and it's gonna feel as much like playoff football as you can possibly get.
Patrick, Joe's played left tackle a couple of times now. Look, is he getting more comfortable there? What do you think of that? And then when you went back and watched, when you won, you got forced to jump in at right tackle. How did he do?
I thought the whole offensive line did a great job, and that's a really good defense, a really good pass rush especially. And I thought Joe did a great job. I mean, it's remarkable what he can do at every single position on the offensive line, and he doesn't like have a huge personality outside of the building. He does in the building, but outside of the building, and so people don't really recognize how special a football player he is. And he did it in New England, and he's done it here for a lot of Super Bowl football teams. And it truly is a credit to him and the work ethic he puts in every single day. And I hope he starts getting the recognition, other than the All-Pros he gets recognition outside of that, that he truly deserves.
And you guys don't do a lot of talking. There was some talking out of Houston last week. Did you feel that your offensive line was ready for that challenge, just with more than just the tape, but the words and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There was nothing said inside the building, but I'm sure those guys saw it, and they're competitors just like I am, and so they wanted to prove that who they were and who they can be, and I thought they did a great job of that, and hopefully we can build on that throughout these last few games and into the playoffs, and it all starts up there. If our offensive line is rolling, we're rolling, and that'll be the difference on us if we want to win that Super Bowl.
Thanks, Patrick.
So how you feeling after the first game back, and just how's your physically holding up?
Feel pretty good. Got out the game good, so just blessed.
Hollywood, that one pass down the sideline that you guys almost connected on, as you replayed that over the last couple of days, what could have happened there, and how much is that just going to happen when you and Pat are, playing more together?
Yeah, we just got to be on the same page. We was just thinking two different things, but I mean, we cleaned it up, know how he thinks, so moving forward, I feel like we'll be good.
And it's definitely the sort of thing, like, that's just going to happen until you guys are in a rhythm playing together frequently.
Yeah, I mean, got to get the reps in practice. Then you get them in practice, translate to the games.
Andy talked about just you getting your first hit and getting tackled again. How did you feel like coming out of that experience?
I felt good about it. Didn't know, can't simulate really being tackled, so, I felt good about it.
Seemed like your snaps were limited in this game. Did you feel like each snap you had out there, you were gaining confidence, and in what ways?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely was trying to play more, but trust the process, trust the plan.
How much, when you played in training camp, how much was things like that similar to what the offense is like now? Because things were different there. No DeAndre Hopkins, things were different. How have you seen that transition to flowing into this offensive scheme that's going on right now?
I mean, they do a good job here. I mean, they put me in stuff that I was familiar with. So, yeah, it was a lot of stuff that I knew, and just got to keep, integrating myself in the playbook and getting comfortable with more and more things.
You excited about playing on Christmas?
Yeah, definitely.
When you say you're trying to play more, what's that process like? Is it literally just going up to Andy and asking for more snaps?
Nah, I mean, I knew what I was getting into going into the game, but as you get to playing, you like, man, I want to play more, but you just gotta trust the process.
What was it like for you going through all the rehab stuff? I know it can be a little bit lonely when you're around, but you're not around. Mm-hmm. How hard was that?
It was pretty tough, but I think I was over it quick. Just went to attacking it, showing up every day, trying to be there for the guys any way I can. So I think I only dwelled on it maybe for a couple of days, then I was good.
Was there a time that you maybe thought you weren't going to make it back this year?
Yeah. I mean, when I first initially, got the information, it was told it was a small chance for me coming back for playoffs. But I was like, it's a chance, and it was like, yeah, it's a chance. Told me the recovery time, and from that point on, I just went to work.
How important are these games before, like you said, the original timeline was probably the playoffs. How important is it that you're able to get some games in before, obviously, what's the most important part of the season?
Yeah, it was real important to me. I mean, because, these guys, they go through a whole season, you see a lot, they've been through a lot. So I wanted to get out there, get in football shape, get my legs right, get into the flow of things before playoffs.
At what point in the process, the recovery, did you know you'd be back in the regular season?
I don't know when in particular. I just know I always was eyeing, like around Christmas, and so I didn't know when would it be, but I was determined to try to get back around this point.
What was your kind of mindset there in that period of time when you go from thinking, okay, this is 3 to 4 weeks, to then finding out that you're going to need to go surgery? What was it, in that mindset when you found out it was going to be longer than you originally thought?
It hurt for sure. Like, I was definitely heartbroken about it. I felt like this was my best off season, my best camp, and I felt good about where I was at. So when I first heard like, you're gonna be out for a couple weeks, but I'll be good. I'm like, okay. Then when I found out I had to get surgery, it was tough. Processed it, but my family, they did a good job of supporting me. Staff here, everyone here was just like showing up every day, and it was like I was still a part of everything. So that was great for me, and even the fans, like how everybody embraced me. Like, I haven't played a snap here, and everyone showed me a lot of love.
Sam, and then we'll go one more.
Oh, did they explain to you when you had the surgery just the rarity of this and how rare it is for guys to actually come back and play this quickly of it?
Yeah, I mean, it was really rare, especially the surgery part of it. But Dr. Miller, who did my surgery, he did a great job. I mean, I feel good, so they did a great job. Not really worried about it no more.
So when you took the first tackle, was that like a little relief? Because you don't get hit in practice, right?
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. I got the first tackle. I'm like, okay, like let's go.
Thanks, Hollywood.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, Nick, you've had short week games before, like when you're playing a Sunday and then a Thursday. This is similar to that. Do you ever feel like you're as prepared for the second of those two games on a short week as you are in a normal week?
Yeah, honestly, for me personally, I like playing the mic. I kind of like having short weeks. A lot of similarity going to the following weeks, and yeah, I kind of like short weeks. Kind of go out there and just play. I think it comes down to man versus a man, less schematics and more physicality. If you play this game on defense, you kind of like those.
Do you feel like it's worth it at the other end? You get those extra couple days off?
Yeah, man, we got one goal in our mind right now, and that's to clinch the 1 seed. So anything it takes to get to that, we're willing to do it.
How close do you feel like the defense is to sort of peaking at the right time, especially coming off last game?
Yeah, I mean, our D-line, man, is starting to heat up. They're doing a lot of stuff up front to kind of help us out in the back end. We got a lot of turnovers in the last couple of games, but a lot of those come from pressures and them mixing up fronts and getting pressure on the quarterback and forcing bad throws. And so, yeah, man, our defensive line, man, for sure, up front, they're heating up. We're going to need them in the back half of the year, man. It starts with them. Go ahead.
What stands out about Pittsburgh?
What stands out about Pittsburgh, man, do a lot of different things, man. Use tight ends. They get big, man, run the football. Honestly, one thing that sticks out, they're not that much in yards per carry, but yards per game, they're pretty up there in the league. And so it kind of shows the framework of their team, and they're going to run the football, whether they have success or not, and they're going to lean on that.
How much does your memory of last Christmas's game, stick with you guys going into this one? Just, I mean, you're motivated whenever you game. Still, for this one, just knowing what happened last year, how much more motivation did you have?
Yeah, honestly, there's been a lot of football been played since that last game, man, and we actually got to play that opponent twice that we lost to last year. So, quite honestly, for me personally, I don't really think about last year. We got an opportunity to go out here and do everything we wanted to do prior to the season with one win, and so that's our mindset.
Nick, Patrick said the #1 seed is kind of just unspoken, but are you guys on defense actually talking about it? I mean, has it become a stated goal?
Yeah, I mean, I think as year starts off, come out with 5 or 6 goals, man, and you kind of just check them off as you go down the year. And for defense on our side of the ball, man, that's one of them. And so, yeah, we're kind of getting down into that list, man. We're like a 4 or 5 heading to the playoffs. What we want to do on defense, and honestly, that's one of them.
Does thinking about that kind of just help you through the I don't know, the wear and tear of the feeling you might have right now? Like, you got real incentive Wednesday?
Yeah, man, you get to play football, man. Everybody, his body's inked up at this part of the season. Everybody else at the house, man, play football in college. I love to be here. So you got to take that mindset, man, on days like that, them dog days. And, yeah, man, just find a way to just kind of get 1% better every single day.
Nick, this is a stretch where you guys are facing a lot of physical teams, especially Houston last week and then Pittsburgh this week. Do you enjoy those particular challenges and that matchup just with the style that you prefer to play?
Yeah, man, I think going into the season, man, we kind of wanted to pride ourselves from having better run defense, and we've done that up to this point in this year. And so, yeah, I think on defense, especially in the front seven, kind of pride ourselves on that. When the games kind of depend on us to get stops and get them into the 3rd and longs and kind of help our DBs and DBs out, I would definitely love it.
You mentioned the pressure helps lead to some of the turnovers. Is there any other things that you guys have been doing that have led to some of these turnovers, or is it just kind of how football goes sometimes?
Yeah, it's kind of how football goes. We've kind of been punching at the ball, trying to get some forced fumbles. We really haven't had those as much this year as we have in years prior. But interceptions, man, they're kind of going down the ball, man. We're kind of getting them in bunches. And so, yeah, I think defensive line, man, they've done different things up front to kind of help out a little bit. You saw Chris, man. I don't know the last time I saw Chris run a stunt. We got in there, he ran 2 of them last week. So stuff like that, man, kind of helping our D-line out.
Leo had the punch out last week, right? And I don't see you guys punch as often as some other teams do. How has that kind of evolved as a tactic in what you guys are doing?
Yeah, man, I think just having population at the football, we pride ourselves on making the first person in make the tackle. A lot of our tackles are one-on-one in space. It's kind of how our defense is and how teams are attacking us. And so, I mean, it's kind of semantics and how the game kind of falls out. But yeah, man, we got a lot of one-on-one tackles, man. So, I mean, we love the turnovers, man. We need to make the tackle as well.
You guys mentioned you just win a game and you're in, so that's the goal this week. Were you watching the Buffalo game at all yesterday? Was there a little part of you when they were down 14-0?
Yeah, I think the back half of that game, man, we were all watching, I think, in the first quarter or so, but then we were meeting all afternoon. So we kind of missed it all to the back half of the end, and then Buffalo kind of had to control. So, I mean, honestly, we kind of want to go 1-0 this week. That's our mindset, regardless of what happened in that last game, but we need this win.
right, thanks guys.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Dave.
thank you.